And we have a breaking news update to the massive wildfire burning in South Jersey. Officials now say the fire was started by a teenager who lit a bonfire and failed to properly extinguish it. The Ocean County Prosecutor's Office has charged 19-year-old Joseph Kling of Watertown with aggravated arson. They say on Tuesday, Kling lit several pallets on fire in a wooded area near Jones Road and Bryant Road. Officials say Kling then left the area before the fire was extinguished. The wildfire has now burned more than 15,000 acres, and it is expected to grow before it can be fully put out. CBS Philadelphia reporter Brandon Goldner has more on the state of the fire from Ocean County.
Good morning. Thick smoke is blanketing parts of Ocean County as firefighters continue to battle this massive, more than 13,000 acre wildfire. And as the sun is now coming up, we can see clearly the amount of destruction that this fire has caused, particularly to this business. This is Liberty Garage and Awning, and this is what's left of the building. And after flames tore through this area, large piles of rubble, really posts sticking up from the ground as a result of this fire, everything charred, burned to bits. Now, firefighters have said they have made significant progress in containing this fire. It is 50% contained. However, they say 12 structures are still threatened as a result of this fire. Now, this morning, about 5,000 people in Lacey and Ocean Townships, they're waking up in their homes for the first time since they were forced to evacuate Tuesday. So far, no one has been injured. Now, the fire has burned through more than 13,000 acres, blanketing communities with all this thick smoke. Some homeowners told us that they actually stayed in other places because of this thick smoke, even though mandatory evacuations have been lifted. Now, with rain in the forecast, firefighters expect to get control of these flames later this weekend, but people who live and work here say it will take much longer to clean up and recover from the trauma. Now, many of the main roads in the area are now back open as a result of firefighters continuing to battle this fire. However, local roads are still shut down. Brandon Goldner, CBS News, New York.
Now, the Jones Road wildfire in South Jersey continues to burn this morning. The
fire now 50% contained. It scorched more than 13,000 acres. Christina Fan has been covering the fire, joins us live here in the studio with an update.
Well, Chris and Mary, fire officials believe the Jones Road fire could end up being the largest the state has seen in 2 decades. And while a lot of progress has been made the last 2 days, they caution the total acreage will continue to climb as crews continue burnout operations. These images from an aerial surveillance flight show how dangerously close the flames came to engulfing communities in Lacey Township. More than 5,000 residents had to be evacuated, and over 1,300 homes were under threat when the fire exploded in a wooded area of Ocean County Tuesday morning. No homes were destroyed and no injuries were reported, but one commercial business in Lacey Township's industrial park was burned to the ground. Although evacuation orders have been lifted and power has been restored, some families remain on edge, hoping rain in the forecast will help firefighting efforts.
You can see every once in a while it flaring up.
To fully suppress it and keep it from spreading through the ground that it's going to consume, right? We've got leaf litter that builds up over time. It burns down into those organic layers. You need a soaking rainfall for that. So that's what we need to see.
The wildfire is currently at 50% containment. Even though it continues to grow, officials say the flames are spreading to less populated areas with more open wilderness. We are currently at the peak of spring fire season in New Jersey, and even though there's been recent rain, officials do warn that drought conditions are deeply serious, particularly in the southern half of New Jersey. Chris and Mary.
Christina Fan, thank you.
So your day planner, there you go. 50s, 60s, 70s. An efficient climb. The winds do pick up a little bit out of the south, which is why we think we can get some of that smoke from the south later in our area. But as far as the numbers go, when you think of ideal human comfort, this is it. You got low humidity, it's a light breeze, it just looks great. So it's one of those days I hope you can make the most of, but of course we do have to mind some of the air quality issues. 70s, good portion of the air. There will be some 80s. It gets a little toastier, typical warm spots in the parts of Jersey, Hudson Valley, and then it's cooler along the coast, some natural air conditioning with that onshore breeze for you. Where it is 60s, I think you get to 70s tomorrow. The rest of us, 80s likely. So tomorrow we dial it up as we pick up a southwesterly wind, and that's despite increasing clouds we'll watch for during the day. But again, this is our concern as we watch that air quality index go up. The forecast today, the projection, into the low 100s. Right now, it's about into the 80s, and the higher the number, the more particulates, the more pollutants you're dealing with, and that is why we just want to give you that heads up that you may just want to limit time outside doing any extreme exertion, that sort of thing. And if the smoke doesn't get you, this might. The tree pollen, it's been such a tough week. You see the pollen all over, you're smelling it too. It is irritating, I know. And the tree pollen, no real relief inside until maybe we get some beneficial rain around here.
Car is covered in ash this morning. It's covered in ash. Great.